I've wanted to be able to rifle my metal air cannon barrels for the longest time, and finally I had an opportunity to make up a little tooling, and I've actually become able to rifle my metal barrels with the rig shown here. At the back there's a piece of copper tubing. This is half-inch copper that you can get at any household building supply store, of course. This is what I use to make my caliber 565 barrels. In front of it, this is a piece of 5/16 threaded rod. It's 6 feet long, the piece I chose. At the end of it here, and I'm going to try and zoom in here. There we go. On my lathe and mill, I've made up a custom rifling reamer for my copper and aluminum caliber 565 barrels. I took a scrap of high carbon steel drill rod that was 3/4 of an inch in diameter, and I turned it down in my lathe, and then I milled these slightly angled teeth on it. There's, as you can see, 4 of them, so just 4 grooves of rifling from this cutter. And since they're milled on at a slight angle, this thing naturally spirals down the barrel as it's pulled through. Now at the other end of this, the barrel, when it's on the threaded rod rather than beside it, sits against this stop, and as the threaded rod is rotated with an electric drill, it pulls my rifling reamer down the tubing and through it, giving me rifling. It takes about 5 minutes for the drill to spin the threaded rod enough that I pull the tool through a 72-inch barrel, but I have successfully with this rig produced a rifled 72-inch caliber 565 air cannon barrel that I'm about to test. Here's a quick look at the new breech loading caliber 565 copper air cannon barrel, rifled, 72 inches long. I'm now going to mount it on the cannon, and we'll see if the slugs strike the target nose forward. Here's the setup for testing the 72-inch long caliber 565 rifled copper barrel. I have the fire extinguisher tank with the electronically controlled solenoid valve cannon set up. The new barrel is mounted to it, and I've cast some fresh new lead slugs to fire. Today's target is nothing fancy. This is just a thin waste piece of white painted sheet aluminum. What this is going to do for me is, if the slug is stabilized by my rifling and does strike nose first, I will get a clean round hole through this aluminum. If my slug is flying through the air tumbling, however, I'll get a jagged, irregular hole, and it'll be obvious that the slug went through at an angle, or sideways, or backwards, or some other way other than stabilized and nose first. Let's hope we got some nice round holes in the test target here. This will be the first shot with the new barrel. I don't know how well my cannon sights will be adjusted, but let's see if we can hit the target with slug number 1 and get a round hole. Well, I hit the target, and I have what appears to be a very round hole. So I'm going to go and fire again, maybe a couple more times. Then we'll turn the target around and look at the back, see how good these holes are. I think the rifling has worked here. I just put 3 shots through one jagged hole. I've never been able to do that with an unrifled barrel. Looks like this experiment is a success. I'm going to now fire one more shot, but below the target circle, so I get a single hole and can verify that my slugs are striking point first. I'll go fire that last test shot. It will not be aimed at the target circle. I'm going to aim about 4 inches lower, so I get a clean hole all by itself, or at least that's what I'm hoping. This thing is hitting where I aim it now. I'm really liking this cannon with this new barrel. Here we can see my slug does hit point first. This is exactly what I'm looking for with these rifled barrels. Extremely accurate fire, slug stabilized and traveling nose first to the target. I'm very happy with the results here. Here's one of the recovered slugs. Rifling marks can faintly be seen on the side of it, and it clearly struck nose first onto the inch-thick steel backstop plate. As we can see, the base of the slug is unmarked. This is shattered because it's a very hard lead alloy and tends to shatter when it tries to mushroom. Let's look at a couple of other recovered slugs from this experiment. This slug was recovered in my rag backstop, so it didn't get smashed and crushed. It also has rifling marks on it, but they may be hard to see in the video. Here's a slug that passed through the rag box backstop and plowed nose first into the inch-thick steel. The base of the slug is still perfect, so this one obviously traveled nose first too. This rifling of the barrel experiment is extremely successful. I now have a very, very accurate air cannon. 3 slugs through the same hole the same time first time I tried it at 10 meters range. That's not bad. I'm going to go ahead and make more rifling tools so that in the future I can rifle my caliber .410, caliber 812 and my 1-inch bore barrels. So we'll see over time how that goes, but I expect the results to be every bit as good as they have been today with this 72-inch long caliber 565 4-groove rifled barrel. I've set up a target here that I wouldn't really have attempted to try with an unrifled barrel. At 10 meters distance, I have a dead TV remote control. Let's see if I can hit this thing with the rifled barrel. I don't know if I'll hit this, but I'm interested in trying because of the newfound accuracy. Well, I hit something. We'll see. That's very impressive. One shot, and I hit it exactly where I was aiming. Slug right through it. This is a very successful mod to my cannons, being able to rifle the metal barrels. Well, this has now given me the urge to try a hollow point slug into a water bottle, because I know it'll travel nose first. Let's give this a try. I hit the remote control, so let's see if I can hit the water bottle with my hollow point. Well, I hit something and I only see bits of paper label left. I've just got to try putting this large cavity hollow point slug into a 2-liter water jug. Let's give this a try.